Hello, I am Stuti Sharma, speech language pathologist at NeuroAid and Research Foundation. Today I'm going to talk about types of alternative and augmentative communication and the role of SLP in that. What is AAC? Augmentative and alternative communication refers to any strategy, technique, or tool that enhances, replaces, augments, or supplements an individual's communication capabilities. The first A, augmentative, stands for when you augment, you add or supplement your speech. For example, sign language, pictures, etc. This makes your message clearer to the listener. The second A, alternative, is when you're not able to speak or be understood. Then you need a different way to communicate, an alternative way to communicate. Hence, augmentative and alternative communication, AAC. AAC communication approaches. You might find that there are many different ways of communicating. When you look at someone, you smile, you wave goodbye, you point to something when you want an object. That is when AAC communication approaches come into effect. Your speech, vocalization, gestures, eye gaze, body language, paper and pencil, communication books, communication boards and cards, sign language, speaking computers, talking typewriters, voice output communication aids, etc., are multiple ways in which you can supplement your speech. Now, coming to types of AAC. AAC is of two types, aided and unaided. Let's look at these. Unaided AAC or AAC that does not require a physical aid or tool. Facial expressions, body language, gestures, and sign language fall under this. When you find your child smiling, making an uncomfortable expression, the body language being different, gesturing at something that they want with their palm, with their pointing, or maybe grabbing your hand and dragging you towards the object of desire. These are ways in which the child is trying to communicate. This falls under unaided AAC. For aided AAC, that we use tools and materials, the following are mentioned: symbol boards, choice cards, communication books, PUDD books, keyboards and alphabet charts, speech generating devices or communication devices, AAC apps on mobile devices. These range from low-tech, mid-tech to high-tech AAC. Now if you look at this picture, you can see the flow from low-tech to high-tech AAC. Low-tech starts with very basic types of communication using communication boards, communication rings, picture exchange system, moving on to mid-tech devices, dedicated dynamic screen devices, and then going to high-tech communication aids like eye gaze and text-to-speech devices. Avaz happens to be a widely used application. This app allows the user to create folders with functional and core words, span across different lexical items and fringe words, and also helps in easy communication. It provides visual and auditory feedback to the child and helps them communicate their needs with ease. It is used widely by caretakers, parents, and speech therapists. Working with a speech language pathologist. Learners with significant problems in communicating using speech. Variety of disability groups, whether it is intellectual disability, sensory, multiple disability, or autism, and learners whose first language differs from the language of teaching and learning. These groups of people rely on AAC in education. A speech language pathologist can help find the right AAC system for you and your loved one. They also help you learn how to implement AAC in daily lives. SLPs work with different professionals like occupational therapists and physiotherapists if you have a different physical skill that affects how you access your AAC device. AAC myths. Now let's debunk some of these. Introducing AAC will stop someone from developing speech. On the contrary, it has been found that AAC helps aid a better speech development. Low technology before high tech. That is an outdated method where you feel that you should start with low-tech communication boards and go to high-tech. It depends completely on the individual's capacity. Has little speech so does not need AAC. AAC has always been found to supplement and aid speech development. Too cognitively impaired to use AAC. For children with cerebral palsy, mental retardation, autism, and many other disabilities, AAC has been found to help express their functional needs. AAC will fix communication difficulties. No. If you rely solely on AAC, that might not serve the purpose. Too young for AAC. When a child starts babbling, cooing, starts maintaining eye contact, that is when the communication has already begun. There is no age for AAC. Does not need AAC because can express basic needs. Our communication does not just stop at basic needs. A lot of people want to communicate much more than their day-to-day functional needs. SLP mistakes while using AAC. The all or nothing mentality considering AAC only when individuals are not succeeding with speech. A lot of speech pathologists turn to AAC when they have spent months and months trying to work in speech therapy sessions. AAC should be inculcated right from the start in various forms, whether it is low tech or high tech or maybe unaided, but an alternative form of communication should always be used to augment the speech. Fearing AAC will impede progress with speech, that is, making it too easy. Communication should be easy. AAC does not impede your process, in fact, it accelerates it. Limiting AAC options to basic needs. Most of us want to tell people other things than I need to go to the bathroom. Too little intervention. When an SLP thinks that, okay, we will only give them a communication board and expect them to use it, that is when we fall short. We must keep upgrading our AAC devices as per the progress of the individual. Decisions when choosing AAC. When you opt for an AAC, based on your assessment strategies, you should see your options for different symbols, systems, and access modes, the context where the individual must communicate, the skills and support available to partners, be it their caretakers, guardians, or parents, the profile of the individual, including vision, hearing, sensory motor, motivation, cognitive, linguistic, literacy skills, and current modes of communication. AAC has a wide variety to choose from. When you decide to implement alternative and augmentative communication strategies in your speech therapy sessions or in your daily communications with the individuals, always make sure that you have a speech pathologist helping you. You have chosen the right form of communication, the right device, whether aided or unaided, the right AAC system, and you've debunked all the myths in your head. You must know that speech is always supplemented. There is no impediment, it is always supplemented. The more support you provide to an individual, the more their speech will develop faster. Thank you.